Well, morning, guys. Uh, Shout out to Church Without Walls. It's 8:31 in the morning. It is the 24th of June, 2026. Shout out to the Reverend Ed Travers and to those on Church Without Walls. And also a shout out to a hell of a lot of internet folks out there to keep following me. I'm losing track of memory. I'm losing track of some of the videos I've done. And it's rattling my cage a great deal. That I'm not quite sure what the hell I'm doing anymore. Especially when I keep trying to do videos that I think it's most important and I just lose it right there. So, what was I talking about earlier this morning about Trump losing his marbles left and right? Or about how this holiday coming up for July 4th means something to me? Or how I'm trying to celebrate this by talking about a South Carolina hero that helped save the Revolutionary War by keeping Cornwallis at bay. And how the character, the general that saved or helped, was in process of saving the Revolutionary War, Francis Marion. Done a report on him a long time ago in college. A lot of history, background history. Seeing a little bit of elements of his enemies and friends portrayed in the movie The Patriot, done by Mel Gibson. I was more in tune with the Walt Disney version, the Swamp Fox, as he was called, as General Marion was called. Marion's men. You'd think they were like Robin Hood, but they were all just farmers, workers, people having homes that they were defending, and they were the militia. And they were fighting and dying for the cause of freedom and liberty for all the colonies. One day there would have been a nation. Now, watching the series, dramatic as it is, and seeing the romantic play that they actually had twists in there, it was just seeing patriotism at work. And the thing of it is, I kept trying to tear myself apart, and I kept asking myself the reasons why do I celebrate July 4th coming up next week, next Saturday, that is coming up, and it's next Saturday coming up. Not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. Because right now it is the 24th of June, and it's Wednesday. It's the 2026. It's 8:30 in the morning. Oh, 8:34 in the morning. If I'm going to get precise about this one here. And I am about the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. Yeah, no, change a little tactic right there, but still. And yeah, I'm not a huge Trump supporter either. That sign means a lot for different reasons. And it's important for me to remember that when this country was created, they did not want any kings. They wanted an elected official hired by the people to help lead and run them, to guide them, to have the Congress make the rules and regulations and laws to help develop this country. Good and bad and indifferent, guys, to where it is right now. We have dark spots, we have light spots. We are pluralistic, or we're supposed to be anyway. But we have segregated, separated, isolated ideas and ideologies that everybody wants to be dominant, but they can't be, because our system, our country, the beliefs that it was growing up from, that it was maturing, that it was sprouting from the soils of, consecrated in blood of a country that was supposed to be what anyone else wanted the country to be, but not over dominating each other. We're pluralistic. We have differences, but it's all in one mosaic that's still incomplete. You look at the almighty U.S. dollar, the number one dollar, the currency of number one, and you see Washington's face on one side. And on the other side, you see two different circles. On one of the circles, what happens to be the eagle, but the other one happens to be the pyramid, incomplete. The pyramid is our country. The incomplete is it's still under work, under development. There is no perfect way of getting this country to a level of perfection. It's always growing, mutating, changing in whatever form or function that each generation looks at it as. Despite the fact, or in spite the fact, that we have a system that's constantly under challenge, whether or not it's going to be under tyranny, oligarchy, is it going to be a democracy, is it going to be dealing with pluralism, is it going to be dealing with differences, or is this going to be the same cookie cutter robotic version, brainwashed into a thinking of one complete ideology, and that's about it. That's either that or else. And the else is force, and fear, force, and anger. When I have a holiday hijacked by those kind of forces that wants to turn it into a self-centered hubris environment where megalomania is running loose, unchecked and unfettered, and doesn't give a shit about laws, rules, regulations, except what it throws out. Tyranny. Starts wrapping itself around the colors of the flag. I grew up under the love. Where I keep telling myself that freedom and liberty have to be constantly fought. Not just argued, but fought over. Because we don't do it just for the current generation. We don't do it for the past generations. We're doing it for the future generations. We're doing it to keep freedom and hope, plurality, to be able to worship. Not just one religion, but a lot of religions if you need to. And not having a religion to influence government, and government not influencing religion. Where you actually have freedom of speech, where if you're going to get accused, you're going to get an attorney. That you're represented in court. That you got habeas corpus. That you have the 14th Amendment to protect your sovereign rights and your dignity. And if you were coming into the country and you wanted to be part of the country, get naturalized through the proper steps and to be gained a citizen and demonstrate it. Well, we can look at each visitor coming in as hope. Maybe it'll stick around. Maybe it'll stick around and add something to the country, but if not, it takes something with them. But our country remains unrepresented. It's supposed to be anyway. But these days, we terrify people. November 2024, we terrified people. In November 2016, we terrified people. We voted in a megalomaniac who constantly wants his ego fed, wants absolute loyalty and fealty, and thinks he's close to God and Jesus. It doesn't matter about any other kind of religion, doesn't like any other kind of religion except one he has for himself, where his name has to be all over the place, where his face has to be all over the place, where he's like every other megalomaniac out there running their own tyranny on countries. He wants to be just like them, like a 1920s and 30s mobster. Instead of controlling a town, they control countries. It's bad enough that we had G7 meetings happening with tech companies acting as if they are representative of countries. But they're corporations. The corporations aren't countries. Corporations are for business. Their profits. That's all they're in for. But they're there to make sure that their money is going to be well spent, and therefore they felt it was needed to be represented. And it was bad enough we had one of these assholes tear apart our country's government infrastructure because it bothered them and everybody else to be under rules and regulations that they hate. And they want to expand a great deal. And screw everything that makes our planet safe for habitation for humans and animals, and the weather doesn't get screwed up. But we did this to ourselves throughout the past couple of centuries. It was coming. It was coming. We kept telling ourselves about the warning, but now we got environmental hazards happening. More and more. We had government safeguards to save as many lives and property if they could. But that infrastructure has been taken out too. Court systems, the lower courts, were ruling against all of these changes. But the Supreme Court is still the ultimate asshole, wanting these changes because they like their pockets padded. Not all of them, most of them. So we have these rules, regulations, stifling and stifling us a great deal. Where money talks, bullshit walks, and our resources are limited left and right. One of the assholes that just made trillionaire because of the stock that his company that he owns made money, and therefore he's entitled to trillions. And then I'm wondering just how far it was going to go before his company started crashing and burning. The same assholes we depended upon cellular activity all over the world, including the military forces using it. And people utilizing artificial intelligence, the zeros and ones, to make all these rules, regulations, and laws for humans to follow? To make battle plans to war over nations left and right? To allow a gas bag in office that we voted in. For those who voted and didn't vote in, who didn't do enough to get the guy out, all you voters are responsible, accountable, and transparent. But you won't be transparent about it. Can you be held accountable and be responsible for it? Me? I didn't forfeit the bastard. I didn't do enough to keep the bastard out. But I hold myself accountable, transparent, and responsible for it. Me, John Weaver, Roseman, California. Come get me. Come find me. That's who I am. Looking upon the opinions of the court right now, of the Supreme Court of the United States, I am just checking things out, whether or not we're actually going to get screwed over or not. And so far, they hadn't said anything yet. They haven't sent anything out to really screw over everybody and anybody, but they've got their opinions ready to be processed and popped out in about an hour or two, and then everybody else is going to be having a field day over this shit. But here we are. Here we are, guys. We think we know better? We don't know any better. If we knew any better, we wouldn't be doing this kind of crap. Oh, we did this to ourselves, didn't we? Yes, we did. Because we didn't know any better. We have countries redeveloping their relationships as allies and trading partners, squeezing out the United States. And I know I said it in earlier in my videos, I made a plea to the world to do this. And it's on record. Because if we were getting squeezed this hard, it's a reminder to the American people how fragile we are. We want to make ourselves great. Define greatness if we lose or if we actually lost that greatness. Maybe a long time ago without us realizing it. A bipartisan housing bill that was going to be helping out people, Trump told everybody, fuck off. By not signing a bipartisan housing bill that would have protected people, given legislation, speeding up construction, trying to get housing for the people. He wants homelessness. He'll condemn homelessness and probably use it as an excuse. I'm saying is, Probably. Just throw people out of the country. NIMBY land! We had a law coming from Oregon that went into SCOTUS that screwed every homeless person in our country. When you have NIMBY having that much of effect, the problem is, it's not just drugs and alcohol. It's economic too when you get tossed out on your ear because you lost your job for whatever reason, maybe layoffs, maybe the corporations got you screwed over, maybe there was a lot of reasons on that one, doesn't matter what. You can't pay your bills, can't pay your rent, you lose your house, you lose your home, lose your credibility, lose your credit, lose your transportation. Guess what? You're on the streets. And lacking resources to feed your ass and or your family if you have one. You get pushed around. You get pushed around by those who are actually in homes. You get pushed around by other people. Not of your class now. You just fell from graces into hell. And now you're part of the people that NIMBY keeps shoving around. NIMBY meaning not in my backyard. Or front yard, for that matter. But NIMBY sounds so better, doesn't it? It sounds so damn better. It sounds so good. Look at me, I got tons of money. I got a roof over the head. I got power. I got water. I got everything. I see you on the street. What you? Why should I help you? You're nothing to me. I got my world around me. And I get to laugh at you. Management! What do you want? You haven't paid your bill for rent in over 2 months. This is a warning. You have 3 days to pay or get out. You can't do that to me. I'll sue you in the courts. Fine. We'll take you to court. Here's the court order. Seeing you in court. No, you can't do this to me. I am not one of those kind of people. I pay my bills. Where's the money? Where is he?
Bill collector.
You come into my door.
I can't reach you on the phone. Your phone's disconnected.
I didn't disconnect my phone.
No. Part of the phone company did, and I work for the phone company. I want my money.
Well, I paid you every month.
Not for the past 2 or 3 months.
This is absurd. This is... Sheriff's Department. What now? You have an outstanding debt to pay. What's that? You hadn't paid your taxes. What? There's a notification on your door. Do it or else. What can go wrong? Wait a second, where'd everybody go? My phone just died. What the hell happened to me? Oh no. A few weeks later. I can't believe I got kicked out of my home. I had an eviction notice. I couldn't raise the $5,000 for my rent. For 2 months. I didn't realize the rent went that high. But they showed me paperwork 4 or 5 months ago that it was risen too much. The apartment management company changed over. The owner told us to get out. They're going to level this place and do something else with this place. The low-cost housing in this neighborhood, what the hell? And now I'm being kicked out. Oh no. There's March. There's March outside. Sheriff's Department! Oh no, not them again. I've been trying to keep them out of the door. I've been scrimping and saving with different places, trying to get work. They keep paying this place, but they keep telling me I'm out of here. I've gone to food gathering places for the first time, and I got looked at by people outside of food gathering places as if I'm a leper. A leper. A leper. Maybe they won't come into the house. Bang! Oh my God, they're coming in here. You squatter! We kept telling you that you're not allowed in this place anymore. Management told us otherwise. Get out now. No, but this was. No, I'm being taken away. No. Get the point? That being said,